So that's it now. The bulk of the training is done. I'm 3 weeks out from the marathon and it's time for the taper. Let the mind games begin. So the taper, I've done all of the hard work and now it's time to get my body back in a condition, recovered, so I'm ready to race the best race I can come race day. Now this can be quite a hard time for runners because we're used to just going out and running, working hard and not necessarily recovering all the way. So we're always running with a little bit of fatigue in our legs. The point of the taper is to bring that volume down, allow yourself to recover so that you can do the best on race day. That is easier said than done though. I'm planning on doing a 3-week taper. So it means dropping the mileage a little bit in the first week, and then significantly the second week, and then obviously almost not running a huge amount in the third week coming up to the marathon. But in terms of the first week, it doesn't feel like that much. I'm just running a little bit less every day. My max mileage, I got up to, well, I say mileage, I do it in kilometres. I got up to 122 kilometres last week. So then I'm going to be bringing it down to around 100, 95 to 100 this week. And then I'll go down to probably about 70 next week. But it's just about taking it down. So this week, won't feel like a huge difference, but I'm just going to, a couple of days when I run twice a day, I just won't do that. But I will still keep the intensity. And I'll also be doing a little bit less on the long run. So I've had a really consistent 12 weeks since January. So I've just been really, really up in the mileage. I had a little bit of a down week where I went away for a little bit of time away in Spain. But then since then I've been, back up to 120, over 120 kilometers, which has been really good, really consistent. The most consistent I've been ever, actually, which is really good, and I feel good as well. I've also managed to run every day since the middle of February, with 500 kilometers done in a calendar month of March, which is the first time I've ever done that, I'm pretty sure. I didn't do that deliberately, actually, but it's that would have been quite annoying if it ended up on 498 or 499, but luckily we've ended up at 500, so all good. But again, it's been really consistent, a really good block of training so far. So now I just need to let my body absorb that training during the taper. Now, I've been running 7 days a week for the past few weeks or past couple of months, and it's working quite well for me. So the plan is for the first couple of weeks at least, just to continue that. If I am feeling a little bit tired or for whatever reason, I won't, I'm not going to have a problem having a day off. I don't have to. But at the same time, it's something that I have been doing and my body's used to doing. So especially in the first part of the taper, it's important just to not change things too much, but just, again, bring the volume down, but continue with the intensity of the training. So I'll still be doing track sessions. I'll still be doing a long run and a tempo run, but they'll just be significantly reduced so that I'm not loading too much on my body. My body still knows that it's going to be working, but at the same time, I'm not going to add to the fatigue. I want the fatigue to be going the other way and to actually be recovering. So I'll be monitoring that quite well. So how I'm going to gauge it a little bit is that I've got a bit of tightness in one of my calves, in my right calf. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep an eye on that. And if I do need to take it down even further, I will, because I want that calf to be completely ready to go come race day. On that point, I will not be using my carbon plated shoes as much as I normally do. I use them a couple of times a week. So when I do a track session, or a tempo session, and sometimes on the long run as well, I'll use carbon plates, but just to give my legs just a chance to recover a little bit. I'm just going to be not using them so much. So I might use them on the long run if I'm doing a marathon pace session. But apart from that, I'll just use my easy day shoes just to make sure that I'm giving my calves and my legs that chance to heal. Whilst carbon plated shoes do have a decent amount of foam there, they are quite firm. So obviously it does put a lot of strain on your calf, and especially some of them actually push me quite far forward as well. So it's just to be safe, really. Now, one of the hardest things about the marathon taper is the games or the tricks that your mind starts playing on you. As you start running a little bit less, your body goes into recovery mode and you get all sorts of aches and pains all over the place, things that you haven't felt in months, but it is completely normal. And I've learned this from the past couple of tapers that I've done, is not to worry about it and just concentrate on getting really good sleep and eating properly. That's all you can do. Just get yourself recovered and really try not to worry about the games that your body will play. It's called Maranoia and it is definitely real. So this is how the next 3 weeks is going to look. I'm going to do 95 to 100k this week. Next week will be about 70 to 80. We'll bring it down pretty significantly there. And then in the week leading up to the race, we'll do about 35k, then plus the race. So that should get me to the race feeling really good and raring to go. So there we are then. That's my plan for the next few weeks leading up to the marathon. What I need to know is that you can really make things worse in this time. You train too much, there will be no more hero sessions showing what I can do. It'll be all about recovery. So it's just trusting the process and making sure that I respect my body and get to the start line nice and fit. Hope you enjoyed. See you soon.
Yeah.